Well, now we are going to see the formulas for the area and perimeter of the triangle and the formula of the volume for the pyramid. First, for the area of the triangle, for this we need base by altitude over 2. Base is the base of the triangle, this part. The altitude is the middle part over 2. For the perimeter we need this formula, A plus B plus C, where A is one side, B is the base, and C is another side. For the pyramid, what we are going to need is AB by H over 3. AB means the area of the base of course this in this case is a square, so in this here we will need to use the formula for the area of the square, which is side by side. So this we are going to multiply the area of the base by the h, that is the height of the pyramid, that is this part, over 3. Now we are going to apply these formulas that I already explained in some kind of problems. Here I got two different triangles and a pyramid. In these two we're going to find the area and the perimeter, and in the case of the pyramid we're going to find the volume. For this I am going to use the perimeter formula, that it's A plus B plus C. In this case this triangle has 3 equal sides. This means that all of them have the same distance. In this case we got 12 meters of distance, so we add 3 times that distance, that it's 36, so our perimeter is 36 meters. Now for the area we're going to use 12 by 20 over 2. So 12 by 20 is 240, so we divide it between 2, and this gives us 120 square meters. For this, the perimeter is P was A plus B plus C, but here we have 3 different sides, so we add them all. 27 plus 14 plus 22, and this gives us 63. So 63, it's our perimeter, 63 meters. So for the area we have the base by the height, so we have 22 by 14 over 2. In this case we're going to multiply it, so 22 by 14 is 308, and this over 2 it's 154 square meters. So that's the problem. Now for the pyramid we're going to use the formula of the volume, AB, that it's the area of the base, by the altitude, this part, over 3. Now we have to find the area of this case, that it's a square, so we are going to use squared side to find it. So we have a distance of 8 meters, so we have 64 square meters for the area, and this we multiply it by 19, that it's our height. So we have 64 by 19, that it's 1216. So we divide this in 3, and this gives us 405.3 cubic meters. So that's our volume.
So today we're gonna learn how to check out the perimeter area volume for figures. Let's start with a square for perimeter and area, and for volume, the cube. The cube, because we need a 3-dimensional figure for checking out their volume. Otherwise, we can't check out a volume. So, We know that the formula for perimeter is P equals L plus L plus L plus L, where L equals the side of the square. So, because the square have the same measure for all their sides, we just substitute 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. We make the division and we got 40 centimeters for area. We know the formula for the area is L to the square. Why for the square? Just because it is a square. We know that, as I told before, that we have the same measure of the sides of the square. So, as we need to multiply the base for the height of the square, it's the same. So, we substitute 10 to the square, and the operation, we got 100 centimeters to the square. We need the cube, and the formula for volume is V equals L to the cube. Why? Because we need to take out the area from the base and multiply it for the height of the cube. So, as we have said, all the measures of the cube and the square are the same, so it's to the cube, because we're multiplying 3 times 10. So we substitute, and then we got 1000 centimeters to the cube. The perimeter area for the square and the volume for the cube, we're gonna take out now the perimeter of the rectangle, the area for the rectangle, and the volume for a rectangular prism. So, we have written already the formulas. So, the formula for the perimeter for the rectangle is the same as the square. L plus L plus L plus L, where L is one side of the rectangle. So, because it has 4 sides, we have to add 4 formations. So, we have 2 because this, we have 2 because the other side, we have 10 because this side, and we have 10 because the other. So, we added and we got 24 centimeters. For the area, we need to multiply the base for the height. So, now that we know that the base equals 10 and the height equals 2, we multiply it and we get 20 centimeters to the square. For the volume, we need to take out the base of the area of the base, because this we know that we have to multiply 2 by 10, and when we multiply this, we have to multiply it for the height of the rectangular prism, where it's 2 in this case. So we start with the first parenthesis, it's 20, and then by 2. And the volume of this rectangular prism will be 4 centimeters to the cube.
Now we're going to see the formulas for the rhombus. In this case, we have the area that it's the biggest diagonal that it's in here by the smallest diagonal that is this one over 2. For the perimeter, we are going to use the same formula as the square one. Side plus side plus side plus side, or side by 4, that is the same. For this prism, we're going to use AB by H. In this case, AB is the area of the base by the height. Okay, now we are going to apply these formulas in some problems. Here, we're going to apply the perimeter formula, that it's P equals 4 by side. because there are 4 equal sides. So 18 by 4 it's 72, and 72 meters it's our perimeter. Now for the for the area, it's going to be A equals the bigger diagonal by the smallest diagonal between 2, and this is going to be 15 by 10, that it's 150 over 2, that it's 75 square meters. So that is our area. Now for the prism, we're going to use the volume formula, that it's AB by H, that it's the area of the base by the height. Now we are going to use the same measures as this figure, and it's this area. So we are going to take 75 meters by H, that is 10. So this is 750 cubic meters, and that is our volume.
Now we're going to see the formulas for the parallelogram. The perimeter, you have to multiply both the length and the base by 2 and then add them. So if we got a base of 4 centimeters and a length of 2 centimeters, we multiply them by 2 and then we add them, and we got a perimeter of 12 centimeters. For the area, you got to multiply the base by the height. So if we got a base of 4 centimeters and a height of 1 centimeter, we multiply them and we got 4 square centimeters. Then for the volume, we need the area of the base, and then we multiply the area of the base by the height. So if we use the same area from here, we got an area from 4 centimeters, and then we multiply them by the height, that is 4.8 centimeters, and we got a volume of 90.2 cubic centimeters. So we're going to see the formulas for the trapezoid. The perimeter is the addition of all the sides. So we got a trapezoid that has one side that is 4 centimeters, 1 centimeter, and 3.2 centimeters, and 2.5 centimeters. We add them and we got a perimeter of 10.7 centimeters. The area, you have to divide the trapezoid into triangles. Then you got to get the result of both areas of the triangles and then add them. So if one of the triangles is 4 by 1 divided by 2, and the other one is 2.5 by 3.2 divided by 2, we add that and we got an area of 6 square centimeters. For the volume, we have to do the multiplication of the inferior base and the superior base, add those results, and then to that we have to add the multiplication of the square root of the inferior base and superior base. To that we have to multiply it by one third of the height. So if these are the dimensions of the inferior base and the superior base, and this is the height, we have to do the multiplication of both the inferior base and the superior base, and then to that we have to add it to the square roots of these both multiplications. So we do them, and then we have to multiply it by one third of the height. So the height is 8.53 by 3. Then we get 2.843. Then we multiply it by the addition of these two things, and we got 5.67 cubic centimeters.
Now we are going to see a polygon. What is a polygon? It's a figure that has 5 or more sides. Okay, first the perimeter. The formula for the perimeter is the addition of all the sides. So it's a general rule. If it has 6 sides, we have to add all those 6 sides. 5 sides, we add them. And here we have an example. A side is equivalent to 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So we add one side plus another side plus another side plus another side plus another side, and we obtain that 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, or 5 times 4 is equivalent to 20 centimeters. We continue with the area of a polygon. The formula is 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. So we have already calculated the perimeter of this figure, but what is the apothem, you might ask? The apothem is the line that goes from the center of the figure to the middle of the side of the figure. For example, here, if the side length is 4, the half is 2. So the apothem will go from the center to 2. Now we continue. The area is equal to 1/2 times 5, because in this problem the apothem is 5. And we use the previous figure, so the perimeter of the previous figure was 20, so by 20, and we obtain that the area is equivalent to 50 square centimeters. We continue with the volume. For the volume, as we said before, we need a three-dimensional figure, so we are going to use this one. This is a prism that has a base of a polygon that has 5 sides, so it's a pentagon. We continue with the formula. This is the base area that we have calculated before, and so we take as reference the previous figure, so it was 50 square centimeters, so we substitute 50 square centimeters, and we know that the height is 10, so 50 by 10 is equal to 500 cubic centimeters. That is the volume of this prism. Today we are going to see the circle. First, the perimeter. This is also known as the circumference. The formula for the perimeter is this one: pi times 2 radius, or pi times the diameter. Why is that? Because 2 radius are equivalent to a diameter. What is a radio? Is the line that goes from the center of the circle to the circumference of the circle. We also have to know that pi is equivalent to 3.1416. So now we have a problem. Radio is equivalent to 2 and diameter is equivalent to 4. So we substitute pi equals 3.1460 times 4 because it's the diameter, and we obtain 12.56 centimeters. We continue with the area of the circle. We know that the formula is pi times radio to the square. We have to remember that area is everything that is inside the circle or the figure, and we also have to remember that radius is the line that goes from the center of the circle to the circumference of the circle. We have a problem here. Radio is equivalent to 5. We substitute. Pi is equivalent to 3.1460, and 5 to the square is equal to 25. We multiply those numbers and we obtain that area is equal to 78.54 square centimeters. Now we continue with the volume of this figure. We have to know that for the volume we need a three-dimensional figure, so we are going to use a sphere, not a circle. The formula for this volume is 4/3 times pi times radio to the cube. So we remember that the radio is the line that goes from the center of the circle to the circumference of the circle, and we apply this formula in this problem. We know that the radius is equal to 3. So we substitute 4/3 times pi, that is 3.1416, times 3 to the cube, that is equal to 27. We multiply those numbers and we obtain that volume is equivalent to 113.09 cubic centimeters.